Shout out EmEz and tune in to the sit down.
Does it do it easy? That's what I'm doing.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have a superstar in the building.
Hey.
Jonathan Fernandez from Love and Hip Hop, New York and Miami, correct?
No, just New York.
Just New York?
You know, everybody confuses me with like the Miami cast. I guess because I look very Miami, people think I'm Miami. But no,
You
it's
look
just
Miami?
New York. Just New York.
But as I was doing my research, you were Melania Trump's hairstylist.
Yeah, well,
How did that happen?
So the first hair salon I worked in was actually in the Trump Tower. So Donald Trump and Melania used to come downstairs and like get their hair cut and things like that. And you know, there was a few times where Melania was in my chair. And I will say this, although she might not be suited to be the first lady and run office or whatever it is that she does in that room, she was definitely like a very nice, sweet person. Super nice, super humble, would come down, remember people's names. Him, on the other hand,
No.
next caller.
Jonathan's in the building. She made EmEz. Now, talk to me about this shock therapy thing. It only says he went through shock therapy.
All right, so...
Why, how, and where? Give me more.
All right, so I came out of the closet when I was 15 years old. But when I was a really little boy, I was very effeminate. So while I didn't know what gay was, everybody around me knew that I was different and I was gay. Mm-hmm. So because of that, they used to pick on me every day. I would come home without shoes, bloody. Like, it was really bad. My mom was at her wit's end. She didn't know what to do. And so my family in the Dominican Republic called her and said, there's a therapist here who can, I guess, de-gay him or take the gay out of him.
That shit sounds fucking retarded as shit.
It is. It's crazy. It was completely crazy. So my mom was like, okay, she just thought it was regular therapy. She didn't really know what she was sending me to.
Our parents don't know no better.
Right. You know. And she's thinking it's her family. It's in the Dominican Republic. Everything's going to be fine. Mm-hmm. They send me there. I get there. It starts out just regular therapy. Then it progresses to like hormone therapy. And I was a child. I was 10 years old. They used to inject me with crazy amounts of testosterone to the point where my legs would tense up, the muscles would tense up, and I wouldn't be able to bend my knees. So they would have to take me out literally on a bed, like on a stretcher, and put me in the back of a 4x4. And once they realized that that wasn't working, they moved on to like psychotherapy and shock therapy, which was like the worst. I mean, it's electricity. Imagine, have you ever mistakenly put your finger on something that has like a light and you're like,
yeah.
So they would ask me questions, and based on my answers, I would get like the stickers would literally shock me wherever they would put the stickers. They would put them on my stomach, on my hands, on my feet. It was crazy. It's like, it was completely crazy. Most people, I think the statistics are 65% of people who go through it end up committing suicide, like within 10 years after the treatment, because it's traumatic.
I'm in utter shock. Like, that shit is fucking crazy. Not to say that I haven't heard about it, but hearing your story here, it just blows me away that people would even think that could work in any facet.
Yeah, like I'm about to turn 34. This happened when I was 10 years old. And when I tell you, if that man were to walk down the hallway right now, I could spot him. I could spot him in a lineup of like 100 people. That's how embedded the image of this man. Yeah.
Wow.
It was awful. But, you know, like it's one of those things that it could either make you or break you. And I was like, at the end of the day, I'm going to use it as a tool and a catalyst to be better and say your bullshit treatment didn't work, and I'm going to succeed in spite of you.
Jonathan is in the building. It's to sit down. It's your main man, EmEz. Okay, you said you came out when you were younger.
Yeah.
What kind of mental, what did it do to your mental state? And when you came out, you had already knew. So being around people, how was that like? What's the word I'm looking for? What kind of toll did that take on you, knowing that you had, I guess, a secret that you couldn't tell anybody?
Yeah. So, you know, I grew up in Washington Heights. Shout out to the Heights.
You got some great haze in the Heights.
Everything is amazing in the Heights. You get the best haze, the best food, and the best sex. Whatever you're into.
Okay, yeah, listen, I'm with you.
I'm across the board, or so I've heard. People who like the other stuff, I've heard is lit up there too. So go up there and give it a whirl. But in the 80s and in the 90s, you know, Washington Heights it wasn't what it is now. It wasn't gentrified. It was dangerous. It was a lot of drugs. It was the hood.
Yes,
it was the
I'm in the Heights.
Hood. And
home of the hate.
I was just like this young, flamboyant little prissy boy floating around, skipping a school.
But there's a lot of them out there in the Heights.
Now.
They were still?
Now, because there's people like me on TV talking about this shit. Back then in the 80s and the 90s, there wasn't a lot of us. It was Ellen who came out. And when Ellen came out, she lost her career. When Ellen came out on her show, she had a sitcom. She disappeared. Ellen was ghost town for years. So it was like, it was a big taboo thing that you wasn't supposed to talk about. And so for me, I kind of felt like I knew I was different. I just didn't know what it was. Because as a child, you're not sexualizing people. You're not thinking, oh, I want to, you know, have sex with this person. You're not thinking like that. You're just thinking like, I'm a little different. I like different things than the rest of the boys, but I don't know what it is. Once I became a teenager, I was like, oh, I know exactly what it is. And I don't give two fucks. Can I curse over here?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't give two fucks what anybody around me thinks about what it is that I am or am not. I'm going to be who I am, and if you like it, let's roll together. And if we don't, then deuces.
I'm with you. Live and let them live. I got you.
Yeah.
How did you meet Yandy?
How did I meet Yandy? All right. So I met Yandy actually on the set of Love and Hip Hop season 1, I believe it was. Like way back in the beginning of this whole thing. And we just kind of hit it off. Yandy's one of those people that she's just like a pure spirit, a pure heart. Like she's just fun and loving, and she wants to share everything. She's a very sharing person. So once I started working around her, she started seeing my work. She said, you know, oh, I have this coming up. You should come do makeup for this. Come do makeup, do that. I need my makeup done for this. I'm working with this artist. Work on that. So, you know, Yandy and I have been working together for a while. There was a time where I was Missy Elliott's makeup artist, and her and I were working on like the Missy projects together and things like that. And we just became like the best of friends. Yandy's just a really genuine, supportive person.
Jonathan Fernandez of Love and Hip Hop's in the building. This is the sit down with your main man, EmEz. Talk to me about Anais.
Anais.
Did I say that correctly? Anais?
Yes, you did actually.
Okay. See, I fuck my dimensions. Go ahead.
So my good girl Anais, I met Anais actually when I was a kid. Anais and I used to sneak into the clubs together. Anais is always surrounded by gay boys. She just loves gay boys. She just loves the life. As you can tell, she's a hoot. Yes. But yeah, we met in a gay club. It used to be a gay club called Sexuality, and she just used to. There's a gay dance called voguing, like gay people battle each other, and it's usually gay guys and drag queens or like transgender women that do it. It's not really.
Oh, I got a question too. I'm sorry.
So it's not really straight women out here voguing. So I just remember watching on the stage like this girl would slay all the boys, and I didn't know her, and I'm just like, she looks so real. What's happening? And so I went up to her and she was like, I'm a female. What happened? And I'm like, bitch, you were so good. And I just was mesmerized. And then our friend was having a birthday and she said happy birthday. And I was like, oh, this is your calling. That you need to be a singer. You need to make it. And that day, it was her, my friend, and I. The three of us vowed that whoever makes it out the hood first is going to take the other two. And she kept her end of the bargain. She won the Latin American Idol.
Nice.
And she had a great makeup artist. She made them get rid of him. And she said, I'm bringing my friend. And I came along. I used to make her look crazy like a Decepticon. I was such a bad makeup artist at the time. I did. I'm being honest. And she just wore her awful makeup with pride because her friend did it.
Nice.
And then when it was my turn to return the favor, I did. So I've been tied to the brand of Love and Hip Hop for so long, and I've been suggesting her for years. Like, try her, just check her out, fill out her vibe. She's amazing. She has a great story to tell. And finally, it stuck, and she got on the show, and so did I, and the rest is history.
Now this is the sit down, and we got EmEz. Jonathan Fernandez, excuse me, is here. Now, what's the little black girl's name?
Oh.
Damn it. Huh? Pansexual.
Not pansexual.
Who did that?
Oh, Monet.
Janelle Monáe. See,
Okay.
thank you. Now everybody wants to tell Janelle
yes.
Monáe. All right, explain to me what a pansexual is.
Listen, I can't tell you what a pansexual is. I know there's straight sexual, homosexual, and bisexual. I'm bisexual because if you buy me something, I'm going to get real sexual. I don't know what a pansexual is, and demisexual, and semisexual, and all these I don't know. I just feel like you're one of three things. You like pussy, you like dick, or you like both. Pick one, sis, and stick to it. Or you like nothing. I don't know. I don't know all these titles. It's too much for me to comprehend.
Okay, see, that makes me feel better. That a gay man don't understand what the hell is going on here
with
this
shit. Are you
shit.
fucking pandas? I'm so confused. I don't know what a pansexual is.
Okay, that makes me feel better. That makes me feel better.
I really don't know. Shout out to her for
Did she coin
coming out
phrase?
with something, you know, like, but I don't really know what it is.
Did she make it up? Like, I'm
pansexual is a thing. People have told me, like, I'm pansexual, I'm asexual, I'm demisexual, I'm unicorn sexual. I'm like, I don't know what all this shit is. I'm just a homosexual. I'm a very loud, raging homosexual who likes what he likes and been like it.
There we go. Any last things you want to tell the audience while we sit here?
Hold
on. Go ahead.
A pansexual is not limited in sexual choice with regard to biological sex, gender, or gender identity.
Google. So speak that in English now.
So I guess a pansexual is a person who, okay, suppose I'm pansexual. I can have sex with a woman, a man, a transgender woman that became a man, and vice versa. Or somebody with both, which would be a hermaphrodite.
You're open.
It doesn't sound like it would be my jam. But I guess I've tried everything. I've been with women, men, straight women, gay women. I've done it all. Anais and I used to have a hoot.
Yes, I remember the one
Anais
time
and
when
I,
she...
baby, you better ask about where. We want a motherfucking blast, yo. So I've tried it also. Maybe I'm a pansexual too. What's her name? Janelle Monáe?
Yeah, Janelle
Maybe I need to
Monáe.
reach out to Janelle Monáe. We can be pansexual together.
Listen, as long as I get points for hooking y'all up, go ahead. I'm with
All
it.
right, matchmaker.
You know what I'm saying?
This is great. This turned into something amazing. Look at this shit. My God, you've opened my eyes to the endless world, the possibilities of sex with these pansexuals.
I just opened up a gay man. You see that? How you feel about that?
Oh, whoa. Easy. My
Okay.
God.
All right. We'll end on that one. Give me your Instagrams if they want to follow you and talk to you and work with you and whatnot.
My name is Jonathan Fernandez from Love and Hip Hop New York, and all my social medias are I'mSoJonathan.com. I now have a YouTube, so keep it locked for that because it gets very lit on my YouTube.
I'm going to leave it right there. Just to sit down with your guy, EmEz. Jonathan, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Shout out EmEz and tune in to the sit down.
Gotta do it easy. That's what I'm doing.